Welcome back, guys. Hey, it's Brian, and we've got some stuff to share with you because it's been a little while since we've done a stash ad. This is mostly acquired in November and October, so it's kind of a mashup of the two. We've done some stash ads from shows we've gone to over the last, couple months or whatever, but we haven't told you about what's just been like accumulating here and there from our own like trips to Andy's or maybe some birthday presents for some friends that shared with us. But yeah, we're going to get into that here in just a second. But first, I want to say thank you to all of you subscribers, all of you who comment continuously on the videos. Truly, truly appreciate that. And we're hoping that you all like what we're doing here. It seems like it. We're really, really grateful for all the kind support that we're getting. And just wanted to say a nice little note to you all. All right, so let's get on to the things. Let's see. So we had our our IPMS show back at the beginning of November. It seems like years ago now, but it wasn't that long ago, just a month ago, and we did have a really good time. And we did pick up some stash ads from there. We actually found a few things that we thought we might be interested in. This one is actually from Mrs. BG's collection. She got the Nut Rocker. And this one actually, I think this is the second one that she has, but she's like, I have a plan. So she's gotten to that point of building models where she's got plans, but just no time to implement them. Perhaps you understand. But yeah, so she's got that one there. She picked that one up for herself. I'm going to put that on the big shelf down there. And then she's already got one of these, but she's got another one now, and she thinks that they're awesome. I think I might steal this one from her, but this is also a pretty sweet looking tractor truck. And then let's see, what do we want to go on to here? Let's do this one. This one also is Mrs. BG's. She picked up this dude. She loves these cars, so I was like, I'm not going to complain. She worked a sweet deal with the guy at the table that was selling those. So much so that we were able to also get this guy, and that's probably going to become a Christmas present for our nephew, Jacob, because he does actually have one of these, but not in this good a shape or that color. He's working on it. He's getting there. But this one I snagged for myself. Ta-da! Oh, that's cool looking at Top Secret Sylvia. It's so top secret they don't even show you what it is on the box lid. No, they do. Of course they do. But that is just, I don't know, man. It's just really sweet looking. I could not pass that up either. And then for just $15, I got this guy specifically because I already have one of these in the stash. And the decals look like they might be a bit involved. So I thought for $15, I could buy this whole kit, use the decals out of this should I need to, and then I could build this kit however I want to. So this guy, it has been started, which means the two engine halves have been glued together, and I just stripped the paint off of that recently. They used Tamiya paint, so just a dunk in some 90% alcohol, and away we went. But yeah, this guy here, got it for the decals. Gonna build it for myself. Probably if we do that Porsche group build again next year, that might be a good candidate for that. So I can build that freely however I choose to. And then this dude, I don't know if I showed you guys. I got this guy here. This is I got plans for this guy. I've already contacted Mr. Iceman to see if he has the wide body kit for this because I just really love that look, and that's kind of where I want to go with this. Oh, it's all glitzy. I really want to go with that. So got that guy there. And then a trip to Andy's, not this week, but the week before. We've been seeing this on the shelf every time we go there, and my friend Chris is like, if you see it again, you're going to have to get it. And I'm like, true enough, true enough. So I did. I went ahead and snagged this dude, the 30 Ford Woody. This has a special place in my heart because I built this kit before. It was the kit I taught myself how to hand paint wood tone. And I was using Testor's jar paints then, and those dry very, very slowly, so it was easy to mix wet on wet and get the streaking and everything. I really liked the look of it, and then I forgot how to do the technique, and I retaught myself how to do it, and every time I would do it, I would come back and it would be a little bit better than the last time. Now I don't use the Testor's jar paint so much. I use Tamiya paints plus, whatever else I feel like I need to have, so I have a little bit of everything. And I'm thinking, I want to do this one again, Reteach myself how to do the wood tone technique. Andy over Andy's Hobby Headquarters actually shared his technique for doing that. I was using that on handles for tools that are attached to armor. I'll try that on this guy, see how it goes. So I'm pretty excited about that. It'll all be brushwork and then probably a layer of like Tamiya transparent yellow over the top of it. That seems to be the big secret of making that look like a nice wood tone. I know there's several guys out there that do wood tone stuff, especially Mr. Charlie Mack. And what's really interesting is that he and I both came about the same type of process around about the same time. So it might have been some sort of divine intervention on that part. But love this kit, especially those wheels. I mean, those are just killer. So got that in the stash. I don't know if I mentioned this one or not, but Mrs. BG, we were up in Prescott for a model show, small model show that we're up there, and we saw this guy, Mrs. BG's like, you need to get that one. I did talk to a gentleman that was in line for lunch that actually had served on one of these. He told some great stories about that, and it was very moving to actually have this particular boat in my hands and talking to somebody who served on that. I, of course, did thank him for his service, but that was pretty moving to have that type of thing happen. And then I think it was in October. I had gone down to my friend Casa Grande Mike's house, and he had a couple of these kits, but none of them were complete. So we put all the parts on the table and started sorting through them. And I was like, you know what, this is just too much to do right here. He said, I'll tell you what, take it home and then sort out one complete kit for yourself. And then I'll just take all the rest for my parts boxes. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, a couple hours worth of work, and ended up with this kit here, gifted me the box and everything too. Just needed to get the light bar bits there, but our friend Luca actually hooked us up with that, so we were good there. And the instructions too, because I didn't have the instructions, and the instructions I could find on ScaleMates was for a different version of this kit, had different engine intake, and a couple little other differences here and there. So I think this is 100% now and all ready to go. So I'm pretty grateful to have the opportunity to build that car and to put a little sweat equity into getting it. That was pretty nice. And then also grabbed this dude while we were up in Prescott. That caught my eye. I think our friend Mike Chalo, yeah, $20. Mike Chalo was selling this one here for $20. I'm like, can't pass that up either. Onto the big shelf it goes. Let's see, October was our birthday. Our good friend Chris Rohde, who's gifted us a lot of parts. He sent some parts out to some friends like Mars and Blue Walks and stuff. He's a good friend and a good member of our Model Car Mafia group. We were at Andy's, and I was pointing out a couple things that were in his sales stack, you know. And I said, you know, this one is kind of a cool kit, but I have one at home that's been crushed, and I just don't know how to go about fixing it. I don't want to deal with that. And he goes, well, how about I get this for you for your birthday? I'm like, you don't got to do that. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, sure, no problem. So next thing you know, he's buying this, and then like, here you go. So it looks complete, looks like it's in good shape. And I'm actually pretty jazzed to have this so I could build it kind of like the way I originally wanted to build it at the beginning of the USAC build from last year, not this year. So thank you, Chris. And then Chris also, as a kind of like a little birthday perk, gave us this guy. This is a parachute trooper, and it has two different ways to build. It's modern military or like World War II style, Korea World War II style maybe, and doesn't come with a parachute. It's not designed to come with a parachute, but it has this weird little stand that you can actually mount to. Oh, sorry, there's a glare. You can mount it to the wall, have him hanging like he's on his way down. So I'm like, that's actually kind of cool, and I want to get into doing figures. This is a welcome treat. So again, thank you, Chris, for that. And then let's see here. We have this little dude. This is a bagger. This was given to us by Casa Grande Mike. He didn't really want this. He got it in a lot of stuff that he got. But look at that. That's the Knight Rider 2000, which is kind of funny since Kit was Knight Industries 2000. So, but this is the Knight Rider car that's based on the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Perhaps you've seen the show. I never watched it. I was pretty much out of Knight Rider by then. When I saw her trying to do a revamp of the whole thing, I was like, Nah, no thanks. The car was the show, and I didn't like how this car looked. But this is a snap together model kit, and it's actually pretty simplified, but it's all there, and it looks like it could build up into something pretty good with some good paint. So I'm kind of excited about that now. And then let's see here. Over at Andy's, he did have one of these on the shelf, and it was a decent price. So I went ahead and snagged this because I just sold one to a friend of mine, to Colonel Reb. I sold one of these. So now I have another one to put back in the stash. And the box is a little shelf worn, but looks like it might all be there. And I'm pretty stoked about having this guy here again. So yeah, another Porsche for the mix. And then finally, from our good friend Steve Del Sesto, who actually is another club member and a good friend. He came to the last meeting and he was like, I told you I had something for you. Here it is. He gave us this guy here. And I remember Mark Batson talking about the one he acquired and doing an open box review on that. I'm like, dude, I was drooling. I love these classic minis, and the opportunity to do a Revell, this is actually Revell Germany in the US boxing, but to do one of these guys, I'm pretty stoked about that too. So thank you very much, Steve, for that there. And that's going to be, well, as soon as possible, we're going to be working on that. So there we go. All right. Well, that's it for the stash from November, October, and some of September, and whatever else was in between there. I wanted to get the coffers cleaned out, show you guys what we got going on, and it's getting pretty drastic in here. I tell you what, we're having to come up with different ideas for storage and everything, and maybe we'll do a shop tour pretty soon here. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in again. Talk to you in the next one. Have a great weekend. We'll see you a little bit later on. Bye now.